Hey everyone, Harriet here. Hope you're doing okay. So today I'm just going to be talking about the NSP concert from last night. So it was on the 20th of October. I don't know when I'll be uploading this, probably the day after. And it was so good. So first of all, I have a new stand now so I can actually record stuff from my mobile and not be like a jittering camera and also have a microphone. So you might be able to hear better quality. I hope. I've tested out. It seems okay, but I'll have to wait to see what it's like on the computer. So foreshadowing and forewarning, this could get emotional because it was just like one of those evenings that I'll never forget, and I will explain why. Also, I am very tired still because I haven't slept a week before the actual concerts, and then up until the actual concert, even this morning, it was just like jitters, nerves, excitement, anxiousness. So if I look tired, that's because I am. I actually booked a day off work so I could actually recover because I knew that it was going to be a long day. And also my friend Ellie, Little Geeky, she stayed over at mine while because she came to the concert with me and David and my friend Orleans, and I met other friends there as well. I met Jazz, who is the errand, my Danny, when we cosplay together, and just many more friends as well. And I got a lot of love for the costume. I'll put a picture, I'm going to move over here so I can put a picture here of my Heart Boner Danny Sax Band cosplay, and it was, just so, I'm so glad it survived. I think it has a few tears, but enough that I can get away with wearing it to MCM on Sunday in London, because I am going to wear it for one day, and hopefully it won't be too cold. So without further ado, let's start with, oh, my telly's falling in the background. I do have a main vlog on the way, so I have actually recorded the time there. I have recorded before the event, after the event, and some of the songs in between. I am not including the Q&A because we're not allowed to. JP made us swear on an oath that we're not allowed to upload them. I'll explain why later, but there is something I need to say what happened in the Q&A that really did shock me. And also I'm going to go into something else as well, but we'll get into that in the next few minutes. So starts off the day. So Sunday, me, David and Ellie got ready to head out, and we headed to Camden Town, which is where it was held in the Electric Ballroom. And it's about half an hour away from me via the tube. So we got there early so we could get a good spot because all of us had VIP. And yeah, we arrived, perfect weather, no rain whatsoever. When we got there, we got straight into the queue. We met with Courtney and Lady Ami, who I've been chatting through Twitter. I talked to Lady Ami through Doigan and Swift's streams, and I was so happy to finally meet them and their group of friends. They actually travelled from America, and they're actually doing the UK portion of the NSP tour. So they're in Dublin, they're in Oxford, they're in London last night, not tonight, even though they wanted to go, and I know that feeling very well. And so they're heading for Manchester and Edinburgh and then heading home. But it was just so nice to talk to them. Lady Ami had actually a Kraken puppet. I'll put a picture here again so you can have a look. And she was King Danny or Queen Danny from Release the Kraken. And it was just so lovely to actually meet them, because I've been chatting to them through Twitter and looking at their journey so far. And excuse me, and I have to respect them so much, how dedicated they are to travel with NSP, and Dan did call them out in regards to that a couple of times and said, you know, dedication to them for following them, and I have so much respect for them for doing so. If I had the money, I would travel. I mean, I would love to go to America and do a UK, an American tour date when NSP tour next year. I think they're going to tour Canada maybe. So I don't know, I might want to take a trip to Canada or maybe America. I don't know, but I did promise Courtney that at some point I would come to America and go to an NSP date there. I'm hoping to. Maybe I'd love to do VIP again, maybe general. I don't know. So yes, I'm waffling now. Let's carry on. So we got in the queue. We were there from 11:30 until 5:30. Many people started to join us as and when the day went on. We took turns in regards to getting food and getting drinks and toilet breaks, etc., which was really good. So we knew that our positions were safe. So when the barriers came along to separate us, we were literally at the front of the group. There was like 6 in front of us, which was fine. I was totally happy with, because I knew then I'd have a really good spot at the front of the queue, which is what I was really super anxious about. But before we get to the whole barrier of the queue, so it was about 12 o'clock, and I was just chatting to a couple of the people there, and then the corner of my eye, because there was people coming back and forth looking at us, because some of us were in costume, wondering why are we in costume. And we did tell them the band, and they were just like, oh, and they just kind of walked off and did their own thing. And this couple just came walking towards us, and I had no clue at the time who they were. And then all of a sudden I heard the female say, "Oh, it's Harriet," and I didn't click straight away. And then I looked at them, and I realised it was Debbie and Avi Avadan, so Dan's parents, were literally walking towards me. And I literally I lost it. I was just crying, because if you don't know, if you haven't watched my vlog when I met the Game Grumps, Dan told me it was his parents that sent him the Cool Patrol music video, the reaction video to him. And I just lost it, and I started thanking them and just shaking, and I was just so happy I was able to meet them. And they are the sweetest people you could ever meet. I can understand why Dan is the way he is, because to have that temperament, to have that love and affection, I can totally understand why he is the way he is. It's just incredible. After I'd spoken to them, just saying thank you, Debbie said to me, "We still watch your videos. We think you're fantastic and you're brilliant." And I was just in such awe that they still watch my reaction videos, because I just thought it was Cool Patrol, that was it. So it's kind of made it worthwhile that I still make my reaction videos, and I will continue to do so for the love of them, definitely, and for the love of NSP. That is, I always did it for the love of NSP, but I'm doing it for the love of Avi and Debbie as well. Avi also said to me that he said, there's one thing I want to know, is like, how do you upload your video so quickly as soon as the video is released? And I didn't really have a full-on answer. I think it was just more, I said I'd like to upload them as soon as I can, because I know people want to see my reaction to it, which is true, because I have had people comment in the past saying, when is your reaction video coming up? We want to see it, and I'm very thankful for that. So that's the reason why. So after that, we started chatting. I spoke more to Avi at the beginning with the group of people who were with us as well, and just spoke about how proud he was of Dan, how hard he's worked. We all agreed there was nothing that wasn't wrong about this. We totally was just in awe of how much he's worked. And Brian, in regards to their career, talked about his childhood, how he used to love playing video games at the arcade, which was just super sweet. And then to the back, I could see Debbie talking with David, my boyfriend, and I didn't know what it was about. So afterwards, I pulled him aside and I said, "Oh, what did Debbie talk to you about?" And Debbie basically said to David that he was very lucky to be going out with someone with me, and that I was wonderful and fantastic, and I was just so happy. I was just, oh God, I'm tearing up now, and I don't mean to. I was able to show Debbie my bracelet. So you see I wear a bracelet on my arm, but I've never really explained what it says. So it actually says "Cool as Heck" on the inside. So it's from the Danny Don't You Know lyrics from the song. But I don't have the cool as on the inside, because people probably think I'm weird that I I have that on my arm. So instead I have the "Cool as Heck," because that was the alternative of the lyrics that they used for the Conan O'Brien show. So I have that instead. That's literally my mantra, because I'd love to get a tattoo of some sort to do with NSP. Instead of having a tattoo for now, because I'm too scared to get one, I have this on my wrist. So whenever I'm feeling low or down, or just feeling rubbish in general, I could just look at that and think, yeah, I am cool as heck on the inside. And, the Danny Don't You Know song has just been a massive influence in regards to you know, everyone who's been going through something in life. Because I explained at the end of the Damn Don't You Know video, I was one of these people that never really fitted in with anything. And now the age I am, I feel like I'm starting to fit in places, like at cons, YouTube, photography, and it's just fantastic. And it's just, yeah. So I was able to show Debbie that and just explain to her how much, well, I wish I could have explained more. I didn't really have a chance to talk to Debbie much, but I just really wanted to say to her how much NSP, Dan, Erin, and everyone has just been a massive influence in my life, and how much they really helped me, especially when I was sick, because, as you know, I was in hospital, and I had like a tablet full of NSP Game Grump stuff, music videos, so I was able to listen and watch them while I was lying doing nothing in the bed. And it just got me through a lot of tough times, and yeah, it's just one of those things I was just so grateful to say, or nearly did say. But Debbie, if you are listening, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have the chance to say that, but yeah, your son, Brian, Erin, everyone has just been a massive influence in my life, and I'm just truly grateful. And they actually came back afterwards because they were heading into Camden to have a look at the market and also have a look for a few bits and pieces. So they came back afterwards to see us and speak to us. They actually went up to my friend Ellie because she was dressed in the Cool Patrol cosplay from the chorus version, so like the blue top and the blue trousers, because before they left they actually took photos of all of us. And that's another thing I need to bring up. So I actually did film Debbie and Avi for my vlog. Now I filmed them, but I kind of feel I'm in two minds whether to feature them in my upcoming vlog of the concert. I want to, but also I don't want to, because I don't want to be like, here they are, you know, blah, 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 because I don't want to do it if it's going to be uncomfortable. So if the off chance, Debbie and Avi, if you are watching and there's any way you can communicate with me and let me know if you want me to feature you in me in your vlog or not. I'm not uploading it until Saturday or Sunday because I'm getting everyone a chance who hasn't been to NSP for Manchester and Edinburgh as yet, and also it's Comic-Con this weekend, so I'm gonna have to build up for that. So if you could let me know in some way, I would be grateful. If you do or you don't want me to feature you, if you don't answer back, then that's fine. I won't include it because I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. But yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about as well. So it was just more of a, yeah, I want people to be happy. I don't want to upset people. That's not my goal in life, as you know. I just like to make people happy. So when they did take photos of us, they realised that Ellie was actually wearing a costume. So that's the reason why they went to speak to her, so Debbie could say that she looked amazing in her costume. She did. And she actually had the Velcro trousers as well. But because it was cold, we were kind of keeping warm. I had like leggings underneath my suit and a shirt, which I completely cut the top off. There's no way I could get a shirt you could match that V-neck. So it was a good way of keeping warm. And yeah, they just came back to chat to us. It was great. I chatted to Avi again, and I told him to say goodbye, say hello to Dan from everyone here, and he just held my hand, squeezed it, and he just shook his head. And they went in to see Dan because it was about 4:30, nearly 5 o'clock at that time. So they said they just wanted to see Dan before the concert actually began, which is totally understandable. Then finally, just after 5:30, we got into the building. So checked our bags, checked our tickets, everything. So David, I left to get the merchandise, bless him, because he's not a big NSP fan in general, but bless him, he came to the concert with me for support, which I'm grateful for. So he went to the merch stand and handed in gifts that I had already pre-prepared for Dan and Brian. So they had letters in them, just telling them how much I appreciate them for who they are, both of them, and also gifts for them. So I had like teddies and keychains for Brian. For Dan, I had a QWERTY shirt that I got a while back. This was like things I'd bought in the year and saved in case they ever did come to UK, so I could give them to him as a gift afterwards. So I gave Dan, I gave Dan a bit more because I saved a bit more. I got him a Rush pin badge. I got him a manga, which was I thought was very inspirational because he recommended the sculptor on his Instagram, and I left a little note saying, thank you for recommending the sculptor. This is one I think you would really enjoy, and it's called For You, and it's about an inspiration, about a manga about a musician who is trying to become, like up and coming, but has a positive message in the outcome as well. Also, what else did I get? I also gave him a card game called Find the Pickle, which is something I bought at the UK board games event on my birthday, and I put a note on it saying maybe something to play at 10-minute power hour. I don't know. Hopefully, or just to play on the tour as well. There was a couple of other things as well. I got in blueprints for Cowboy Bebop, and what else? There was like 2 of the ships. Also artwork I'm going to put here as well of 3 pieces of artwork. So I gave them each to Dan and Brian. It's 2 of them separately, and the lines kind of horizontally match. So if you put them together, it's like side to side. And a photo of them together with their sign at the top. And it was something I did in a couple of days, but I'm really proud of it because my speed is improving in regards to drawing. So I'm very happy about that. And also I left a shirt for Dan which had it was a QWERTY shirt, and it was a woolen, it was the woolly Yoshi, I can't remember the name exactly, and it had Winter is Coming, like him sewing it, and it had it at the bottom. So maybe he might wear it for 10-minute power hour, I don't know, but if he does, that would be great. And yes, it was medium, don't worry. I do remember from like the first or the second episode the size. Now moving on to the Q&A. So so JP came out, and such a cool guy, I have to say. He has the dry wit mannerism that I truly love in people. If people are, funny but say it in like a dry wit. It's like Tim Allen, for example. If you don't know, he's a British comedian. Started around, I think, 6 o'clock or 6:15, the Q&A, and it lasted for half an hour, 40 minutes, which was great. So towards the end of the Q&A, they did rapid fire questions, and I waited patiently so I could get my question answered, and then Brian picked me, and the question I asked was there going to be any new music videos coming out for Under the Covers free? I'm not going to answer that, spoilerish, but he did answer it, and that was that, I thought. Dan turned and looked at me. I mean, they were both looking at me anyway because of me asking the question. But Dan was just looking at me, and then he smiled and he said, are you Harriet, by the way? And I said, yes, I am. And he said, oh, this girl, she reacts to our videos on YouTube. And Brian said, that was awesome. And then he said, oh, my parents watch your videos and they love you. And the whole audience just went into, oh, and there's me. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening. And I said then I saw his parents earlier, his parents earlier, and I thanked them, and he said, oh, that's awesome. And then by the time I finished, I was literally like, I'm just gonna lie down now. It's just, oh dear. I did record it, but unfortunately, because I am sworn to JP's oath, I am not going to upload it. But if you do see me at conventions, or if you see me anywhere, I suppose, if you see me in the streets or any conventions, events, whatever, I will happily show you the video. I have edited that post alone, or that bit, to keep on my favourites on my folder, so it's something to go back to again and again. So that's twice now that Danny's noticed me, and oh God, it's just like, I'm trying, oh God, I don't want to cry, but because I cried in the other video as well, my vlog, that the fact that Dan knows who I am. Oh, I am really trying not to cry. Twice. I mean, it's just one of those things that it gives me that oomph to carry on, and to oh God, I am crying. Don't mean to, I promise, I'm really sorry. That oomph to carry on and do these reaction videos, because I love doing them. And there goes my bottle of water on the floor. And I'm going to continue doing them until I'm unable to, or if NSP are unable to do them anymore. But I just truly love doing them, and for people like Avi and Debbie and Dan to say that, it's just incredible, and it just makes it worthwhile in regards to doing reactive videos. And yeah, I'm going to stop for a moment before I cry even more, but just thank you, because that just keeps me going. It really does, because there are times where I've had some negative feedback. I think the worst one was during my Starlight Brigade, but that's been dealt with anyway. And it's just amazing. It's just like, it makes me think it's worthwhile, and it's come full circle, you know, for your hero to see, you know, he's seen the videos and to acknowledge you in front of everyone, like a crowd of like 100 people during the Q&A, and it's just incredible, and it's something I will never forget, and it's something I will keep with me till my dying day. Yeah, I mean, it was shocking enough during Insomnia when he said he knew me, and it was just even more shocking again when it happened again last night. And oh jeez, I keep babbling on, I don't mean to. It's just it's brilliant, you know. I don't mean to go on and on about it, but it just makes everything worthwhile, and it makes everything in life seem wonderful, you know, because oh god, because I'm only human at the end of the day, and we all have our issues. I mean, I suffer badly with anxiety, depression sometimes, as you know. I've said it before, and listening to this band is like my release, and watching Game Grumps just helped me just break away from life, and just lets me do something else for as many minutes as Game Grumps is on. And yeah, they got me through a lot, you know. They got me through a lot of stuff, and I'm forever grateful. So that's why I'm just so happy. And yeah, I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to move on to the actual gig itself before people turn off thinking, why the hell is she crying over this man or this band, you know? And I don't mean to, I'm sorry. Okay, enough crying for now, I promise. So let's actually move on to the actual gig. So first of all, Planet Booty performed. I've never heard them. I've only heard a couple of songs from them before via their Twitter, and I really, really enjoyed them. They had such a great influence in regards to body positivity and not being ashamed of who you are. You know, in regards to sexuality, race, gender, well, etc. And it was just so good. And damn, that booty. You'll know why if you see them live. And they were just really good. So I am planning on getting some stuff of theirs, some songs. If they have an album, because I didn't have a chance to go to the merch booth, unfortunately. I only just got this, and hold on, I have it here, the international tour shirt. So it has that on the front, and it has all the dates on the back. Now, speaking of that, I actually got an extra poster of the actual, so it has this on the front, and then it has the dates on it, and it's signed by Brian and Danny. And I'm going to do that as a giveaway, because I have been meaning to do a giveaway for a while for 1,000 subscribers. So that's going in the prize pot as well, because I didn't have anything NSP related, and that's it. So in the next month, I will be doing a giveaway where you have a chance to win the poster, so keep an eye out on that. So Planet Booty were very good. Absolutely love them. They were just crazy, but I love craziness, so otherwise I wouldn't listen to NSP, you know, or Starbomb. And then Twerp came on. Now, funny story, so when Twerp were in Ireland, Sung was going on saying he was looking for a hoverboard while he was in Dublin. So he put up a thing saying, can anyone tell me where I could get a hoverboard in Dublin? And I tweeted him the actual address of where to go to Argos in the Jarvis Centre in Dublin, because I've been there a few times myself when I've stayed in Dublin, and it's very handy to kind of go to. And I said, you get the hoverboard here, and I sent a picture of like the prices, which was like 250 or 60 euro, which is actually quite cheap actually compared to some places. And then I got a response back, oh cool, yeah, thanks for that. And I'll put up the pictures here if you want to see. I know there's going to be picture heavy in regards to stuff. And then I actually saw it for real last night, and I just pointed to my friend Ellie and David and said, that's the hoverboard he bought. I helped him. It was so cool. And yeah, Twerp were really good. They performed classics like No Pants Dance, Bond of Friendship, Friends Forever, and it was just really good. I actually really enjoyed them, and their energy is just fantastic. Meowch is just so funny as well, I have to say. But and then it led on to NSP. So Planet Booty played for 20 minutes, Twerp were just under an hour, and then NSP played straight after. And they started off with one of their songs. I'm not going to reveal the song list because I know people are still waiting to see it, but I will say this, it was amazing from start to finish. It was absolutely incredible. They performed 2 songs I truly love. One, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you will see somewhere on my profile a song associated with what's being played, and I absolutely loved it. And had their final song, they did an encore, and then they left, and I stayed behind for as much as I could inside the hall because friends came up to see me afterwards and got photos taken of my costume. Then we left not long after. There was a huge queue for the toilets in the cloakroom. Luckily, we didn't need to do either. I was actually going to get changed out of my costume and wear this and just leave my leggings on, but it was near enough impossible. And also I had my eye makeup on as well. David was worried that I would attract attention on the way home, but luckily nothing of the sort. If anything, it was more positive with me and Ellie, because Ellie, I'm not going to spoil what happens, but she, not No Pants Dance, Cool Patrol, you'll know what happens next. So headed home, but before we headed home, I said goodbye to more people, and then I literally just broke down. Not for the first time this last couple of days, and it's because I was just so happy that I was able to see NSP finally. And I'm not going to choke up again, I promise I'm going to try. And it was just good to see them live, because it was one of those things I promised myself as soon as they came to the UK I would go see them, and I would love to have seen them again. But I think seeing them once for one tour and then going again for a future tour, that would be good. So it's special. Don't get me wrong, if I did have the money, I would go to as many of the tour dates as I could. And like I said, I was offered tickets for tonight in London and also Manchester and Oxford as well prior. But I couldn't go because I would be totally shattered. Because I don't do concerts very often, and when I do, it's very rare that I do get involved. So I was singing, dancing, waving, cheering. So if I don't have much of a voice, you know why. It's you can even hear it, it's really croaky, my voice. But I thought it'd be a lot worse. I mean, my body was aching a bit this morning because of all the jumping and the dancing, but I knew that was going to be a thing anyway. But I'm just glad I was able to survive the day. But yes, that I just broke down. You can see it on my Instagram, and I did reply to NSP when they put their selfie thing on, which I am in. Here you go. I am actually in the selfie. I'll circle it or do a Where's Wallet, I don't know, we'll see, and post it, we'll see. And that was cool because that was one thing I wanted to be in, was in the selfie, because they're so cool and it's something I could say, I was there, I was part of it. And yeah, just so good from start to finish. So for those who are going to Manchester and Edinburgh and also the other European dates as well, you are going to love it. I've been told before I went it's going to be amazing, and they weren't wrong. But I knew it was not going to be wrong. And just to see Danny and Danny Sexbang and Ninja Brian in their outfits for real, literally like 5 feet away from you, was incredible and just so breathtaking. Oh, because it was just so good to actually. Oh, it was just so good to actually see them for real. I mean, I've met Brian before through Story Collider, and met Danny a couple of years ago via Game Grumps. So to actually see them perform in the way I've always wanted to see them before as NSP, just incredible, and I absolutely loved it. Yes, that's why I was a teary mess afterwards. I wasn't the only one. A few friends were also emotional as well, but that's because, you know, of the love we have for them and how much they've got helped us through a lot of rubbish, you know, in our lives, and we're so eternally grateful for it. We really, really are. I truly appreciate if you've watched this far and you're not sick of me crying. I'm really glad of that. And just a story of there is hope, because, you know, you can meet your heroes one day, and it's happened to me twice now, and twice now they knew who I was. So just keep believing, because we need that hope in our lives, you know. I'm going to cry again. I don't mean to. I really don't. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for all the emotional. I did warn you it would be emotional. So just to leave this, I'm actually going to be at MCM Comic Con on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday I'll be wearing this because I'm going to be wearing this as much as I can. It's a lovely jumper. It's absolutely fantastic. David actually got the wrong size for me. It's a size too small, but I'd already had one on pre-order through their new store in my usual, well, and the size bigger, and also the shirt as well. So that's going to be on the way very soon. And also the 10th anniversary shirt, because Angry D actually made the design for it, and of course I was going to buy it because it looked amazing. So it's another shirt for the NSP collection as well. Again, I'm truly appreciative for you sticking around and watching this so far. I have no clue how many minutes this is going to be. It's probably going to be about half an hour or something by the time I edit this. So thank you so much for watching. The vlog will come very soon, probably Saturday, Sunday. Look forward to that. I might do a premiere for that, maybe for the first time. Who knows? You don't know. I've been intrigued to use the premiere for a while, and I wanted to use it for something for NSP, but at least I have a plan in regards to, I know when I'm going to upload that, so I might do that Saturday or Sunday. Fair be it might be even on the Monday, because after Expo and after the concert as well. As always, click on the bell below so you know when I upload new videos. Leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I shall chat to you all soon. I'm now going to go cry even more. Bye!